Right, we're inside the Crafty Brew Co and we're getting a behind the scenes tour, so let's take a quick glimpse at how they make kombucha. Peter gave me a bit of a whiz round earlier. So the tea, obviously kombucha starts with a tea, so the tea is generated here in a concentrated format, and then it's rehydrated into the bigger fermenters in the fermentation room. So in this area you can see we have a canning and bottling station. We've got large pots for mixing botanicals and doing blends. We have a filter, carbonator, and obviously the skid here for making the strong tea and sugar solution that helps create the kombucha primary fermentation. So I'm going to get corrected here, very politely, injection there from Peter where he says it's not rehydrated. So
well, it's not ever dehydrated.
Yeah.
So you know, just in case there's any confusion, so we don't dry it and rehydrate it, but we create a concentrate, or concentrated form, and then basically we bring it up to batch volume within the fermenter.
Just like rehydrating. Yeah.
Not if it's dehydrated.
Yeah, not if it's dehydrated. Yeah. So okay, so in here's the finishing room, so we can see 800 litre containers. So we've got 8 there conditioning, all different blends of lovely finished kombucha. This is sitting in here uncarbonated conditioning.
So there's actually a mixture in here, some that are cold crashings after fermentation to put out some of the yeast and other sediments, and then we will strain that and we'll put back into what we would then term it as a conditioning tank, and we put it under pressure, under CO2 at that stage, and it condition under pressure and absorb CO2.
What's in the barrels? Because there's always something interesting in a barrel.
These are ex-Irish whiskey barrels, which were a first fill bourbon. We actually have green tea vinegar in 2 of them, which we've been in there for about 13 months now, and we started to take it out and have bottled a bit as a vinegar, almost like a apple cider vinegar alternative. And we're using green tea, and we're using a similar type of culture to our kombucha culture. This one over here is actually a Darjeeling tea, so a single estate Darjeeling kombucha. Probably doesn't lend itself that well to oak finish, but we're trying it anyhow, and let's say that's been going for about 15 months now.
Well, you don't know if you don't try these things.
No,
yeah. So this is the fermentation room. Immediately when I walk in here, I get a lovely aroma. It's like, obviously it is that vinegary sort of aroma, but that would be coming from the Muller cultures that you're storing in these 3 vessels, is that right?
These are our strongest starter cultures here.
Yeah.
And we continually brew those in a continual process. Don't ever add flavours or any ingredients there.
Yeah.
And then those starters then are always what we have consistency with.
Yeah.
And we'll always start our other brews then with a consistent starter product that we can try and maintain. The whole aim is to try and treat the recipe exactly the same, treat the environmental conditions exactly the same, so we don't vary the strains of cultures.
I like the fermenters have got heated jackets, and you're consistently maintaining a very precise fermentation temperature. So once fermentation is finished here, it gets transferred into the fridge we were just in for conditioning. Yeah. So if we walk down this way, these look like 1,000 litre. You're making 800 litre batches in them. Yeah. Okay, so you might be familiar with this scale if you're making your own kombucha at home. So you can see coffee filters with an elastic band around them here, and then the SCOBY. Obviously there's bulk SCOBY that's being used as starters, or are they for friends and family?
Those are really redundant, I would say, and they just hang around because actually sometimes it's important just as a conversation starter with visitors and things. And it helps to demonstrate exactly what you're doing,
what's going on,
what home brew looks like.
Experimental batches then? These
are long-standing. Essentially, it's a vinegar brew. It's what we would call a living barrel culture, in that we brew it in a continuous format rather than a batch format.
Yeah.
So there's sort of a subtle difference in that there's a little bit goes in and a little bit comes out each time,
Yeah.
rather than in a conventional batch where you use a little bit of starter
Yeah.
and it all comes out at the end, you
Yeah.
know. So it started as an experiment, but now it's sort of precious. We're looking after it for
Yeah, yeah.
a different purpose, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So, but just a strong, essentially it's part of a vinegar project that we're
Working on,
involved in, yeah.
Really good local business here in Northern Ireland, and I love what they're doing. We've worked with you from a very early stage, very much independent, very much in need of local support, so please reach out, check them out on the website, follow them on socials, and until next time, happy brewing.